Did you see Black Panther?
Yeah, I saw it. He know he didn't see it.
Did you see it?
He know he didn't see it. He finna get on his phone for this. We finna get on his phone for this.
I ain't even finna do that. I'll let y'all talk. You can get spoilers with this shit.
It just came out. Just came out this past weekend.
So what you wanted to say?
I think it's a theatrical masterpiece. With the CGI, with the fight scenes, with the technology, I thought it was great.
I thought it was great in that sense, but I want to give the writers and the directors mad props because that shit was like perfectly written. I don't think anybody else could have did that better of a job of writing that way they wrote that, and the way it ended too, of how they threw the cliffhanger out there, how they threw what they threw out there in the scene. You know what we're talking about. We talked about it at the beginning.
Yeah,
the way they threw that out there, like to me, it's nothing more you could have done, nothing more you could have written, nothing more you could have put in there to make nothing. For it to be that long and keep your interest that long. For you not to want to go to, bro, the writers and the director, whoever them two black people are, because you know they're probably black, did a wonderful job, and they need a fucking Oscar for that. Oh yeah, JoJo.
The director is Ryan Coogler, ain't he?
Yeah, but he need an Oscar. I don't condone. I don't be advocating for Oscars. I don't think we need that recognition. But for that fucking movie, he needs a fucking Oscar. Dead ass. For whoever wrote it, produced it, whoever on that thing for the producers and the writers of that shit, he need that. That shit was perfect, bro.
Let me ask you guys this then. Okay, it's 2. All right, let's say for all intents and purposes, we're gonna do it 3. Do we milk this shit or do we keep our shit like good, like we 3 and done? No, do we do 5 and 10 and 15?
But it's a series.
The Fast and the Furious.
It's a series, and it goes with Marvel. Like he's a character in Marvel that's always been there. So they can cut it and like make him fade and make the Black Panther fade off where you won't have no more. Yeah, they could do that. Or they can keep going because Black Panther is not a particular person. It's like
it's a power.
It's a power, it's not a person.
What I'm saying is that eventually things become watered down.
Yes.
You get 3 and you're done. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, but once you start venturing in the 4 and 5, the writing, it might not be the same writer.
Yeah.
People get lazy. The shit's not as good as it once was. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have the allure. It doesn't have the excitement. And like Fast and Furious, what are we on now?
Bro, they went to outer space.
Driving cars out of space and flipping them and blowing shit. This is stupid. You know what I'm saying?
I get you. I think you could get one more good one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because the way it ended, and then it's like, the way it ended, I can't want to say it because I spoiled it.
I think with this the next one should be the final one. Mm-hmm. I think the best way to do it is to just make this last one the final one and split it into 2 movies. Okay. And that's it. And leave it alone.
And you can always just bring Black Panther and put him in Marvel characters when they need him. But you don't have to make a whole another Marvel Black Panther movie.
Right.
Because everybody was like, man, how they gonna top the first one? Because the first one was like good,
crazy.
But then when I saw that one, I'm like, bro, they did like that's one of the best second movies like you kind of
I did enjoy the first one. I did enjoy.
Bro,
the
next one.
Did he just say that?
I did enjoy it.
Say that.
I didn't enjoy the antics of niggas eating chicken and bringing chicken to the theater and stuff like that and dressed in dashiki.
I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna eat some Chinese rice though because I had just out of work. I was hungry. I was one of them ones.
Okay.
I was one of them ones. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was one of them ones.
Was it chicken fried rice at least?
No, it was beef fried rice.
God damn, nigga couldn't even go in there with chicken fried rice.
I had just got out of work. I went straight to the movie theater after work. Straight to the movie theater. So, you feel me? But to me, I couldn't wait. When I was sitting there looking at it, and at the end, I said, I can't wait to see Spaces tomorrow. I wanted to really call. I was finna call you.
I went to see it at 7:30, so it was.
Oh, you was cool. Oh, so you was done? Because we left the movies at like 12:20. The movie started at 9:30. We left at like 12:20.
Yeah.
12:30. It's like a 3-hour movie.
It's almost 3 hours. Yeah.
I'm definitely not that dude.
I know you're not.
No, it's crazy. It
didn't even seem like it. Though.
It didn't. It was
because it's like the first hour. It was like, damn, that was a movie alone. The second hour, he was like, damn, that was another movie. Then the third hour was like, damn, that was another good movie. So they put 3 good movies in this 1 hour. In this 3 hours.
What's the box office? What it hit for this week? It should be out.
No. Let's see.
JJ?
No, it's not gonna be out till tomorrow.
It's
Yeah,
on Sundays. On Sundays they normally, and then they'll restart the week on
Monday. Yeah, they hit them with the weekend.
Yeah,
the weekend numbers should have came through.
Yeah. What say? Box office records.
How much money is Black Panther 2 made? Well, it just says box office 330 million.
That's how much it cost them to produce it, or that's how much it made.
The budget was 250 million.
They didn't make their money back already.
Damn.
Told y'all, black people, man. What? But you can't say black people because it was a whole bunch of them. In there.
Yeah. Is it there because they like it, or is it?
It's just a Marvel movie. Marvel just does that.
I understand that, but I'm saying, is it there because people like it, or is it there because, okay, it's Marvel, but we wouldn't mind this shit failing?
No, because it's part of the Marvel universe. So if this fails, it's look bad on Marvel. Period. So all Marvel movies, like some of them, got to be.
Huh? I get it. But I think people, like, to me, that's another thing that I look at is like, why are people here to release? I mean, it's Marvel, of course, it's popular, like anything, But also, okay, if this shit flop, we could say shit. The only Marvel movie that flopped was these niggas movie.
Okay, I get you. I'm with you.
You see what I'm saying? We saw that shit was terrible. I mean,
but no, overall, it was just a good movie though. You can't say that. It was just a good movie. It was a real I couldn't wait. It was.
Because I was dreading when I heard that it was almost 3 hours. I was like,
they didn't pour it on this shit. They didn't make this shit suck, didn't it?
But then I was engaged the whole time.
Yes,
I was engaged the whole time.
Because it was so up and down. It was down, up, down.
And it had some funny moments in there too.
And then, damn man, no, stop talking.
Let me ask you guys this: do you think black people needed a moment like this, like a good uplifting moment, given so much we've been going through for the past month? 2 months, given the Kanye and the Kyrie situation. Yep. You know what I mean? Did we need a Black Panther to just, make us feel better about ourselves?
I don't think nope, because then that just take away from the reality of the situation that's going on. That's a fictional character. We're going through real life. We need to deal with this shit. We need to be talking about this shit. We don't need to be like getting our distractions for some other shit or some other fictitious shit. No, we need to deal with these situations that's going on. We need to deal with our people. We need to come together. We need to be on the same page. We need to quit talking about each other to the public and to everybody else. If you got some negative comments, keep that shit to yourself. Just straight, honest, and the opinion about it. You don't see other races doing that shit. But then we throw out this Black Panther, like you say. Even though the movie was good, we're not going to try to take away from the movie because the movie was good and the movie was going to come out regardless. But it's like, as black people, when are we... Because everybody always talking about, I'm so sick and tired. This shit happens all the time. It's always somebody getting killed. It's always some black people killing black people. It's always this. It's always this or that. It's always some of everything. But everybody always talking about, I'm so sick and tired. So, okay, when we going to do something? You already know what I'm about. We about action. Every time some shit come in a Facebook group, meaning not a Facebook group chat, but our group chat, I'm one about that action. Oh, you can't be here today? Okay, what we gonna do? We already established it. What, you ain't gonna be here. Is we finna go, me and you just finna record? Or we not gonna record? Okay, what's the next step? Because we already established that. We already established that we fucked up. What we gonna do about because we fucked up? Fuck all, we study saying we fucked up. Every week, we fucked up, we do this. Oh, we fucked up, we do that. Oh, we fucked up. Okay, what are we gonna do about it? Fuck all that. We fucked up shit. We know we fucked up. Everybody in this world fucked up. So what are we gonna do about we being fucked up? Are we gonna just keep being fucked up and we're gonna keep talking about it, keep complaining like I said last time? Or we're going to try to do something and fix something. And the only way I can see you doing something and fixing something is looking at yourself and doing something with yourself first. If everybody just look within themselves and fix themselves, everything will fix itself. But motherfucker don't want to be, and I got this from Charlemagne, the God. It's great too. But I didn't like it because he said about black people. But I think it's about the whole world. Because I'm not going to just say black people. What do people dread more? Accountability or reading?
What do people dread more?
Yeah, what do you accountability or reading? Because they always talking about you want to hide something from somebody or hide something from black people, put it in a book, or motherfuckers like having accountability for themselves and saying that I fucked up or it was my fault.
I think people.
Reading. I say reading.
You say reading?
I say accountability.
Oh.
I think in general. Do people want to sit up? A lot of people want to sit up and just read something. Like, no, they're not reading books or nothing like that. But you are forced to read something.
Yeah.
You are. Even if it's a goddamn menu, you'd be forced to read it.
Street names.
Now accountability. people don't. I mean, I don't really have a problem with it, but I just saying like people just want to blame
everything on everybody
everything.
else.
Like oh they made me do it, or such and such did it, or it could be something about your car. You didn't read the warranty. You didn't. Yeah, and reading is part of it. I just said that shit. Now I think, but
I was like, you saying the other one.
Right. It's like you didn't read the warranty, but now you want to blame the reason. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to take accountability on not reading the warranty.
Like for
they kind of damn near going hand in hand. Shit.
It probably is because you got to take accountability.
Right. Because I think about the small example of like iPhone chargers in particular, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to charge your phone to necessarily 100%. Get it to like 99 and then take it off and let it go all the way down, right? Instead of following the instructions that's in the instruction book, people let their phone, especially with these new chargers on the iPhone 13, the superchargers, the super cables or whatever. People just keep their phone on charge overnight. You know what I'm saying? Keep it on charge for an extensive amount of time. They take it from it's 100% when they leave out of the house. They go in and plug it into their car charger.
It's like they scared, bro. You talk to people, every phone be like 23%. Oh shit, I need a charger. Bro, you got 23% left on your phone, bro. Right. You could do some work. Like you ain't got to worry about they be scared as hell.
Stop looking at it.
Look at my shit. My shit down there. I don't care either. 26%.
Hey, why you think I'm off motherfucking Facebook and social media and all that shit? I know my shit going cool, and I'm gonna keep going strong too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep.
How's it going for you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm bro. When Jay Everyday sent Takeoff Pass, I'm like, what?
RIP.
Yeah, RIP to Takeoff because it was tragic what happened. We don't know what happened. It's just tragic.
You know what more people saying.
Yeah, what stories, but we don't know what's all the facts or not. But when he said that, I'm like, I ain't getting nothing. And then all of a sudden, the news reports started coming out because I got news on my phone. So I still got the news reports, but I didn't get no notifications from no social media websites. And I kind of liked it, though. Like, I actually got my news from the news.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got mine.
I think I have to say reading.
Mine too, from like, I get news alerts.
Me too. I got that too.
I got it from there.
Like, news alerts come through. But what you say?
I think I have to say reading.
You say reading?
I have to say reading first. To similar to what you just said. Reading, then accountability. Oh man, that's yes. I'm gonna stick with reading, then accountability. What people dread the most: reading, then accountability. Because look, we've used this example before. When it come time to put something together, instructions be in the package with the box.
But you start putting it together.
This look like it goes here. Instead of following the instructions.
But you take accountability like you. But I would take accountability like my dumb ass should have read the instructions. I took accountability for that. Then I should have,
but sometimes let's be honest. Those instructions, those are not the most real written information.
Oh yeah.
Like, so I'm like, fuck it. I can probably bypass all this, whatever they talking about.
And guess what you do?
And fuck up and go back to the instructions.
And then what you do? You read them bitches about 6 times before you start back putting some shit together.
No. What I'm doing, I'm gonna go. Somebody in YouTube did put this shit together. Let me watch him and pause the video.
That's super lazy.
No, it ain't even. It's like
I'm a visual learner.
I am, and
I'm a visual learner.
I just think like those instructions don't be like
don't be there.
Well.
Yeah,
like, it's
you're right.
terrible. Like they need somebody to really, you need to.
Because you be looking at the pictures and they be like sideways, but then it'll point an arrow to like, oh, this the front side. Mm-hmm. You like, what? Wait, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, huh? Okay. Oh, that's how it go.
And that's why a lot of the now they got like little videos, little tutorials that you just go online. They'll have all the instructions and stuff that you can do, but you go hit the go to their little video. They whatever company it was that you bought it from, they got a video. Somebody actually putting it together. They know a lot of times like their own, and that's a waste of goddamn paper. Anyway, because I'm a what is it? What do they call those people? I'm a tree hugger,
Oh, okay.
You're a tree hugger?
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying.
Okay, so yeah, so.
But I think accountability.
I would go accountability too, because it's a lot of people that are always saying, "But," and that somebody did this. And I'm gonna bring it to a story that I was talking to a young lady from our job, right? And she was asking me about. She had a friend, but the friend started acting funny towards her, and like kind of stopped talking to her. Mm-hmm. But she was so busy, hung up on the why. She just wanted an excuse, and it's just like women. They always want some closure, and I'm like. What are you going to do? Make her tell you what's wrong or make him tell you what's wrong? If somebody's showing you how they are, treat them accordingly. That's what we said the last time. Mm-hmm. You treat them accordingly. So now, if this person comes back around, or you want to, because she was saying that, oh, I'm gonna start when they, because she say they do it like often, they'll stop and then they'll try to come back around and talk to her, and she's like, I'm gonna be petty and I'm gonna do the same thing they do to her. So I was like, so you're a phony person? She was like, no, I ain't phony. I'm like, yes, you are, because you're changing your character to adjust to how they were treating you instead of just adjusting how they treat you off the rip.
Chameleon.
Not changing who you are as a person, because like I say, I'm a good friend regardless if you are I'm a good friend to you regardless if you're a good friend to me or not. I know how to treat you accordingly, but I'm not going to change who I am as a good friend because you did what you did. I'm going to still be the same person, but I just won't give you those same benefits. I'm not going to change who I am and get out of character. It's like with the thing we were talking about. I know I'm jumping around a little bit. It's like the thing we were talking about when if you a man and you cheat on your woman, but your woman go back and cheat on you, that means you was a cheater all along, no matter if I was or not. So who fault is that? That's not my fault because I cheated on you. That means that you was a whore and you was handing that shit in. Like, I've always been a whore. You just showed me. I picked you because you wasn't. And then women want to say, no, I just got my get back. No, you didn't get no get back. You showed me who you really was. Because I'm not going to change myself because you did. I'm going to just stop fucking with you because you don't deserve me to be loyal to you. So I'm going to leave you alone, let you go. You learn from this lesson. Maybe the next girl you get, you won't cheat on her. But I'm not going to go sleep and jump on another dick just because you jumped on something else. And when I told her that, because I intertwined those two things, she was like, okay, now I get totally where you understand and where you came from that. It's not just because you did something to me, I'm going to go back and do it back to you. No. I'm not going to purposely, because I came and met you somewhere, you was late. So now next time we meet up, I'm going to be late on purpose. I'm going to just sit in the parking lot. I'm going to be petty to you and sit in the parking lot. No, nigga, I'm going to be on time like I always been because that's who I am. I'm not going to be late just because you was late that one time or you be late all the time. That's just who you are. I'm not going to change who I am just to be because of you.
But what you're going to do is switch it up a little bit. Tell their ass, hey, man, I'm downstairs or whatever.
Yes,
before you get down there. So by the time.
Yes, by the time I pull up, my homie Daniel, the exact same way. I know him. I tell him I'm downstairs. It's going to take him an additional 20 because he's just going to be getting up. 15 to 20 minutes. So now, I timed him perfectly one time. Nigga, I told him I was on my way. I was 20 minutes up. I swear to God, I was pulling up, coming down the street. He coming down the stairs as I'm pulling up down the street. He was like, bro, how the fuck you? Because I know you, bro.
That's how you got to do them people.
Act accordingly.
Prime example. Act the fucking accordingly.
You know what? Man, you know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing towards Daniel. It's about people in general. I think with something like that, this is something I always had a problem with. If I say, like, especially if I'm coming to pick you up.
Yes. Right? Yes.
Have some fucking respect for my time.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if we cool like that, have some fucking respect for my time,
right.
man. So, I mean, I shouldn't have to jump through motherfucking hoops and, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I'll adjust it like that, you know what I'm saying? Just so I can, you know, go along about my day or whatever. Right. But, like, have some respect. Like, because I know if somebody coming to pick me up, I don't want nobody just waiting on me.
I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody, I'm ready. I'm ready beforehand because I don't want nobody just waiting. I don't want to start me getting in the kind of conversation like, damn, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Just have. So why not just be ready? You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't understand that about people in general. I've had to do that as many times as I can count. Is adjust. Like, hey, bro, I'm downstairs.
And you just not coming getting off the
bro,
E-way.
I'm just getting on the E-way.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And then but then by the time they get downstairs, hey, bro, where you at? Don't fucking ask me where I'm at.
Because you do this shit all the time.
Right.
Now you want to be aware of time. But I understand you. I get you totally. Yeah, you're 100% right on that.
I was thinking about this reading and accountability thing.
But this was a good ass chop it up episode. I'm not even gonna lie.
I think because I'm thinking like for let's just say in particular a bank account, right? If you open up a bank account and you don't read the pamphlet that they give you that comes with that has the information about what comes with the bank account that you open,
like overdrafting fees,
or overdraft protection as a
maintenance fees,
how much money you make, gotta maintain, be having that minimum.
So you can like if you don't read the pamphlet, then
you're not gonna accept accountability because you didn't read it.
Well, your accountability, you're gonna have to accept accountability.
Yeah, because they're not giving it back.
I guarantee you didn't sign some shit. So you didn't sign something, they're going to give you the pamphlet, and then they're going to ask you to sign. Yep. And then you didn't sign. So your signing, you signing is your accountability. Yep. Now you can say, I didn't, I don't know how to read. Yeah. You know, you getting y'all Kelly on, I don't know how to read. But that shit don't work. That shit don't work, you know. But I think reading and accountability is pretty.
Probably equal. They probably equal.
Yeah.
Because even if this world will make you be accountable for your shit though. Mm-hmm. You some type of way somehow, and I know us as men, we get held accountable more often than not. We get held accountable to the highest up. But women eventually you're gonna get held accountable for what you did. Because like you say, you have sex, the offspring, the joke is on the offspring. You around here crying for the child support and all that shit because you ain't wasn't accountable for who you was sleeping with.
No, I want to say though, nothing makes you accountable, right? When you want to progress, you have to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, for you to progress.
At the bottom who find at the bottom, then they don't have to take accountability. No one makes you do anything.
Yep, and that's why you be sitting there like the same niggas that you went to school with or you was younger with, and they be sitting there they're complaining motherfuckers like I was talking about the other time. They be sitting in them same hoods, on them same corners, going to the same restaurants. Ain't never been nowhere. Only know about Garrow with cheese, Vice Lord Burger, motherfucker Italian beef. Niggas still eat that shit, but nigga, we going to eat steak too now. Garlic mash, goddammit. Morton's. What we went? Salvay's or Salvage? Sullivan's?
Yeah.
My boy done threw some French on that. Salvage, Salvage.
Yeah, we went to Sullivan's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to be held accountable because you're going to be still in that same spot complaining about what you're going through.
Exactly. That's what I got from what Will just said. Like, one way or another, you're going to be held accountable for your actions. And when you know better, you do better.
It's a fact. That's a straight fact.
You should.
But you know, some people still know better and still do the same shit.
Because ain't nobody holding them accountable. Can't nobody make you do nothing. Like, you don't want to be held accountable. You want progress in life. That's just how that is. We talk about accountability because that's progression.
Yeah.
Like, you can't move forward without taking accountability for your actions, without taking accountability for what held you back, and most definitely without taking accountability for what got you forward. So, you want to move forward? Yes, accountability. You want to stay where the fuck you at? You ain't got to take accountability.
There it is.
Blame it on everybody. You will continue. I guarantee you. Continue to stay where the fuck you at.
Bro, this is so ironic because me and my girl was just talking about a situation. And I'm not going to put it out there because it's like family business, but I was just saying some of the same things we were talking about accountability. And it's kind of coincidence with that, and this is making me think about that. Because I always tell a motherfucker, like, bro, you're going to be held accountable for your actions. You can't be sitting up here, talking about what everybody else did. Look at what you did. Don't worry about what everybody else did because they're going to be them. People are people. No matter what way you put it, how you put it, wherever. People are going to be people, and you need to, accordingly, go with people accordingly to how they go and rock with you. You don't have to, just because this person is blood this or this person is blood that, accountable. That don't mean you don't love them more or less or whatever. Indifferent. You feel me? So you gotta just hold them accountable. And it's like they always say, like, people that you meet out in these streets become more family than your own family is. And I'm not saying that you don't love your family and they not family, but you add to your family on a regular day basis on the people you meet. They become family too. And you just gotta hold the people accordingly. Hold people accountable to accordingly how they treat and fit in your life. And like I say, it doesn't mean that you don't love your family. It's just that we don't fuck around like that. You still family. I still love you. We still gonna be hanging out when we go to family events. My homie just might be with me. He part of the family now too. So, family just.
I think the one thing with it, were you finna say something?
I was gonna talk about something else. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say with like accountability though. I think a lot of times people use that accountability to take away the accountability that they need to be taking. You know what I'm saying? They always be like, well, say for instance, okay, let's use a racial dynamic, right? Let's use black and white, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll say, well, let's say white people will say, hey, look at you guys, you shooting each other, Right. A lot of us don't take accountability and say, you know what, we are, right. You know what I'm saying? We are shooting each other, but then they don't take accountability and say, hey, we putting the guns in there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like. Everybody was playing a game of fucking tennis where we just batting the ball back and forth, passing it along.
Pass the blame.
I mean, how would it sound though? Them like, hey, yeah, we did put crack in the neighborhood. Like, how would it sound?
But okay, and somebody you brought up a valid point with somebody I was listening to a podcast. I don't remember which one. So pardon me if I steal your shit real quick. He was saying that it's true. It's 100% true what you said. Like you said back in the 80s in the back in the dynamics, they dropped guns off in our shit. They put drugs in our shit. nigga, but we should have held ourselves accountable and still not touched that shit. It's still like you ain't wrong for putting it there, but we're also wrong for touching the shit because we don't have to touch and do shit. We still made a choice to go get the guns and shoot at each other. We still made the choice to sell the drugs and to sell the drugs to each other. So we still made our choices, and we should be held accountability for our shit that we played in that split part too.
I'm all for that part, but the chief problem. See, the chief problem is a motherfucker even having the forethought to put shit like that in the neighborhood. That to me is the problem. Like, okay, you're gonna have people like if I got candy, you know what I'm saying, and I got kids gonna see the candy. It's gonna be a child that's gonna take the candy and gonna eat it. And if you ask them, hey, what'd you do with the candy? You don't know, right? It's gonna be a child. So if we're in a poor economic situation and I put drugs in the neighborhood. And I know, hey, we put drugs in the neighborhood. Somebody's gonna make some money off. Somebody's gonna touch it, right? That's gonna happen. So to me, the problem is you even having the idea to even do some shit like that.
That's true.
So take accountability of that, right? Mm-hmm. We can take accountability of everybody else. Yeah, we don't glorify drug dealers and be happy about that shit because we know what happened. Mm-hmm. But we didn't also create the crack that came in the neighborhood. We didn't create the guns that came in the neighborhood. And why the fuck are you putting them there in the neighborhood? That's your shit. Take accountability for that. We'll hold the dead bodies and shit that happened, but all that shit only happened because you stuck that shit in the neighborhood.
I get you. I understand you, and I'm not disagreeing with you, because there should be some accountability held up. But I still look, like I always say, I always blame myself first. I don't look at everybody, because that's why I'm different. Because I look at myself on every situation, like, what can I have done different?
Yeah, I was going to say, real growth comes from within.
Yeah.
Right? You was talking about pointing at each other. I can't force you to, you know what I'm saying,
to grab that and sell that shit.
No, I can't force you to be accountable for what's going on in your neighborhood.
Okay.
All right, I can't. All right, real growth comes from within. If everybody wanted to do better, they would do better from within, right? Uh-huh. Yeah, of course, you grab the people around you and try to help them want to do better. Uh-huh. But you know what I'm saying? What they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I can give you all the knowledge in the world on how to make good money without selling drugs, without hurting nobody. Uh-huh. And if you don't want to fucking do it, you won't. Yeah. Point blank, period. So when it comes to when you talk about putting the guns and the drugs, we didn't have to grab it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, my ass. Shit happened. Yeah. Like now, how do we recover from it? Right? We're still recovering from that shit. That shit changed a whole family dynamic for all of us. Like whether directly or indirectly. Let's keep it a buck. We can look at our fucking culture, and it was like I'm going further back. I didn't get a chance to speak.
Go ahead.
Then to me, that also ties into what you said. Do we need a movie like Black Panther: The Neighborhood? That ain't for adults. No, don't get me wrong. We enjoy it as adults. There's adult content in there. But that's for the fucking kids to get representation, right? How many kids were fucking Black Panther that year when it first came out? Every goddamn black kid was Black Panther.
Oh, for Halloween?
Yeah, there's no other real black superhero where we can look at and be like, that's us. You know, for us, okay, right? You look at Wakanda, that's for us. You know what I'm saying? You got every other fucking person in that Marvel roster has a white family, a white whatever. And you can be every other race could be everything. Well, all the white people could be whatever in the Avengers, but without the Black Panther, who we have to pick somebody that we relate to instead of somebody who looks like us. So yes, that movies like Black Panther fucking matter to every kid everywhere. Everybody growing up because they get to see that it works. Because here in America, we're constantly told that it don't. Right? A black family dynamic does not work. An all black neighborhood does not work. And we can look at Wakanda and we see how they treat each other, how they resolve conflict in a very diplomatic way. As adults, as men, we understand how that shit works. Right? But it takes the kid to have the entertainment value to see, because you can teach your kids all day, and it's not until they look out to the real world and make their own decisions. That's something, external from being a man, teaching your kids how to resolve stuff, and somebody to look up to other than just the male figure in your life, which most people don't have. So to wrap it all up, yes, films like this do fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen it, and I'm not a big nigga nerd, as you would say. But I will most definitely indulge and watch this film. That family dynamic, the black dynamic, needs to be there. That's something, you know, we need to hold and show. And you got to put it on a full pedestal. But, you know what I'm saying? It's there for a motherfucking reason. Because everywhere else you look, they glorify all the bad shit that happened in our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all the philanthropists, people who building houses, got property. They ain't on no fucking billboards. They not in no rap songs. they not in the movies for real. But the rappers who talk about all the bad shit that we don't want to happen in our neighborhood, making millions of dollars on tour. Kids who barely fucking talk know all the words to the goddamn song. You know what I'm saying? We dressing them up in the clothes that they wear. When there's fucking black designers out here, we can be dressing our kids up in, telling them, yes, this is how you do it. But they see what's on TV. They see the jewelry. They see the cars. They don't know. No one, and I feel like a lot of people miss the mark when they let their kids glorify these rappers. They don't show them the early shit where they struggle. No, you just see success. Nah, motherfucker been rapping for 8 years before anything fucking took off. You know what I'm saying? Driving his girl Honda to get to the fucking studio. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Black Panther matters. Fuck what happened in the past with the crack and shit. It happened, you know. Like you said, I want to hold people accountable. Say you did the shit. Like y'all did. It's documented. Like, even from motherfuckers within the CIA said they did all of that shit. But now what do we do moving forward? And accountability comes from within. Corrupt all that shit up.
I just think, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as history, though, I mean, to keep history from repeating itself, this is why you can't say certain things about certain groups of people. It's because they don't want their history to just go off and disappear. You know what I mean? So they want to make sure they hold whatever group accountable. And so I think history is, you know, to me that's history. You know, crack being in the neighborhood, that's history. It's still there, but I'm just saying that's the history that we've gone through, and in a lot of black cities we've gone through that, and you know, we just kind of, you know, make sure it just doesn't disappear. But those people do have to, they should hold on to whatever they did, like hold on accountantability.
Yeah, hold that L. Y'all did that shit.
Y'all did it.
And it wasn't that long ago.
Oh, and slavery as well. Don't hit me with the, because I hear this notion that that happened 400 years ago type shit, and I'm looking like.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna let Spaces talk, but I got something for y'all. I heard that made me mad. But go ahead, Space.
No, I was gonna.
Shit, I thought you had something to say.
Well, I do. Okay, I do. I stand with what Maul said. I think. I don't disagree with what you guys said about like that. It came from up here first, and then it got passed down to our communities. I'm more so on the side of what did we do? What happened when it made it here, right? Because we can't. I don't want to say we can't. It's tough to say like, okay, it came from up here, so you shouldn't have put it here, and you shouldn't have put it here in the first place. But then we turn around and do what we did with it. Like they put it in here they put it in our communities for us to destroy each other, and that's exactly what we did. But that's exactly what happened. So that's why I'm on the side of what he's saying. Like it's okay. You got this. We chose what to do with what they gave us, or they, I guess, however you want to look at it. They chose what to do with what they put in the community. So I'm on the side of yes, it shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have put it in our communities, take accountability for what you did, but I also want to say take accountability for what our people did with what was given to them.
I think they did, though. They went to jail. Like, they died. The people, like, the crackheads that were using them, a lot of them died. The people OD'd. The dealers died. You know what I mean? That's the big accountability right there. Is somebody dying.
I feel a way about this conversation because okay, this is how I'm hearing it, right? Yeah. Y'all make it seem like the shit's even. Like that shit tit for tat. No, the fuck it ain't. Like
that motherfucker put some shit in the neighborhood. It's a problem.
It was a trap, right? They just gave it to him, told him sell it, showed him how to cook the shit up. They knew how addictive the shit really was. Us as impoverished people did not. We saw it as a way to make fucking money, which people made fucking millions of dollars a day on that shit, right? People, they talk about like Bumpy Johnson and all them motherfuckers. Yeah, they destroyed neighborhoods with the drugs, right? But it was dog eat dog, right? That's how the shit worked. And he helped out so many people around him. But overall, the impact was negative, right? Those people could not see past themselves in those moments, which I don't blame them. Because I tell motherfuckers to be selfish all the goddamn time. Because at the end of the day, all you got is you, yourself, and I to control and make happen whatever, right? So yeah, we was misled about how potent the shit really was, and then you see no one cared until it left our community and started infesting theirs.
Yeah.
Now it's a problem. Now we got rehabs. Now let's get everybody better. Now it's a war on drugs. The fuck? No, it wasn't a war when you only saw black people dying. It was perfectly fucking fine. So when it comes to having accountability, that shit is more heavy on their side than ours. I understand. We shouldn't have, coulda, woulda. Like you said, you put the candy in front of the kids, tell them not to do it, it's gonna get them sick. You don't think one of them will try it?
Look, I'm not saying that y'all wrong. I'm not saying that we wrong neither. I'm just saying I like to hear, because I'm the firm believer in, okay, the shit happened. So when they put that shit in there, what you supposed to do? You weren't supposed to touch that shit or whatever like that. And I get totally what y'all saying. They should have did that, and they didn't expect that shit. I don't think they was that genius to know that shit was going to... They was trying to cripple us, but I don't think they were that genius to know that shit was going to do what it did.
These boys plan 100 years in advance. We planning what we finna do today. You know what I'm saying?
400 years.
400 years. So they got think tanks. We don't have no think tanks.
Yeah,
we don't have... So yeah, I do think they were that genius.
You think they was that genius?
Hell yeah.
But I do get what y'all saying. I do think that, you know, if we put it there, we didn't have no resources.
Let me ask you
we was looking for money and all that stuff. I totally get it. But I'm just not going to just put it just solely like, okay, if we break it down to 100%. I get him 60, maybe 65, but I also got to give us some of the blame too, because we took it and we sold us some of the shit.
I'm not saying you don't take none of the blame as far as that.
Okay.
I'm saying you have to blame the top though.
Yeah, I get you.
So whatever happened, okay, it's like this, all right? A female walking down the street. She wearing something, you know, real tight or whatever.
Ooh, you better not say it.
I'm not going to say the word.
But you better not say it.
But you're not finna turn around and blame her for wearing something tight, are you? You're going to blame him for going ahead and raping.
Okay? I thought you were going to say the other opposite.
I'm just saying. That's the side you guys are taking. You guys are taking the side that, okay, these people put this in the... Oh, I'm just saying.
That's what it sounds.
Right. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm trying to explain.
What I'm saying is like, okay, yeah, she didn't have to wear that. Of course. Like, it was a decision. Like, she made it. But this person, the predator, which that's what they were, because they used those funds to go fund a whole fucking war that was down in Central America. That's what it was done for initially. Nicaragua, right? The Contra and war and all that, right? So I'm just saying, it's like, all right, yeah, she probably could have wore something else.
Yeah, but ain't that's what Snowfall based on? Mm-hmm. So Snowfall based on that, right?
The beginning of
Snowfall, based on that, yeah. Yeah, but no, that's what I'm saying. I'm with y'all.
Look, I know 400 years in advance, bro. They fucked over the community so they could put people in political powers in other fucking countries that they needed for people to have power in.
But that's why I say I'm with y'all.
They wrong as hell. Them white folks wrong as hell. Y'all wrong as hell, boy. Hey, let me take my glasses off. Y'all wrong as hell, shorty. I always salute them motherfuckers. Y'all wrong as hell, man. What the fuck y'all be thinking?
But that's why I say I'm with y'all. But I'm also like on the verge of like, I'm with Spaces on some of this too. Like, you know, because I can't just let us off the hook just like that.
No, we ain't off the hook.
Oh,
that's the whole thing. We're not off the hook but I'm saying, look how many kids in general that was inadvertently hurt by the crack men, even in the, like, some shit didn't even have to happen to you. Like, you walking with your friend. You see what I'm saying? And motherfucker come through and shoot up the whole neighborhood. That's all based off maybe some crack shit or whatever the fuck he was in the wrong gangs and stuff. They you know, they became more powerful because crack and drug and all that. Like, dude, like, it's like that shouldn't even have happened. And the mere fact that we had like it was events where you had Vietnam, you had guys coming home from Vietnam. The guys came home from Vietnam, didn't have any jobs. All the jobs were shipped overseas. So when they threw drugs in the community, it was like, okay, this is the way to make money.
Yeah.
This is the way to make money. And so, like, you starve the motherfucker out. So when it's time to eat, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and eat that little piece of candy. Somebody else is going to do it.
Right.
Somebody else was going to do it regardless. Right? Why not me? They could have stuck that shit anywhere in any other community. They going to stick it in your shit. They didn't stick it in theirs.
And when it got there, time to clean up.
What you got to say?
I just want to say, like, at what point do we accept that and move on from it? Because I just think, like, okay, cool. I'm not saying ignore it. I'm not saying ignore it. I'm not saying erase it from history. I'm just saying, like we just mentioned, 400 years, right? They had a 400-year plan. Okay, cool. It's been 400 years. At what point do we say, okay, cool? They did it.
400 years since the 400 years started, and then, bro, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you all, y'all, but it does not matter the lead that you have. You're not going to stop and wait for me, bro. If we on a foot race, we run at the same exact speed, but you take off a minute before me. We run the exact same speed. I can't run no faster. You can't run no faster. I would never catch up unless you turn around and help me. You have no intention of turning around to help me. As a matter of fact, you're gonna fuck up my lane so I can't speed up if I even found a way to do it.
Put this rock over there.
I'm gonna dig this trap for you. You're gonna fall down in this pit, and I'm gonna continue to run straight. As soon as you get out of there, it's another trap right behind it, and I'm going to continue to run straight. So fuck that. That 400 years holdback is gonna forever be there.
You
fuck
just got the right to vote. Like, are we serious?
Talk about voting fraud. It happened in black communities more than anywhere.
Hey, that analogy you just used, nigga, I'm on your side. That analogy was crazy, bro. That shit, like, bro, hey, Space, I'm riding with you. But that analogy he just used was crazy. That shit was perfect.
They're still redlining and shit today.
Bro, that shit, that analogy, you can't say that analogy he just used.
They track is clean. They still giving us pitfalls.
That's a fact, bro.
Hey,
I
pull up your
cannot deny
bootstraps
that.
without no straps.
Fuck, you ain't got no socks.
Ain't nothing.
The fuck?
Put somebody on
But we cut your foot off. Cool too.
I understand both sides though. I'm with both sides though. I understand though.
I give
Mom, pick a damn side. You always on both sides.
No, I understand. Because I understand it. I told what you just said, bro. That shit, whatever he just said, needs to be the goddamn title of this pod. Because he say, nigga, we both take off at the same speed. You already a minute in front of me. And we take the same speed. We running down the same race. But every time, nigga, we take 4 steps, you drop a bomb and put a hole in my shit. You drop another bomb and put a hole in my shit. Now, I'm running.
Your lane.
Yeah, I'm running. And I fall in the hole. I gotta dig myself out and try to keep a catch on right. But we still running the same speed.
Why are we trying to race them? Why we go
because they
on our own path?
race.
No, so cool. So okay, cool.
We are
They
on our own
created
path, but they
so,
fucking it up.
No, but you said you're trying to catch up with them, right? That's your example, right? You said you're trying to catch up with them.
Financially.
No, don't catch up with them. Let's create our own lane and go our own. I don't know. I mean, we have constant evidence of us destroying each other still. I think that's
prior
a
to
crutch.
the crack. When did we have evidence of black people trying to destroy each other? Because we had Black Wall Streets. Oops, excuse me.
That they
but
bombed.
prior to that they bombed. We had movements during the 70s. We had
Well,
the African movement.
The Great Reconstruction. I know. I'm not denying
No,
that.
I'm talking about the African
right.
movements in the 1980s. That
The
they
85,
right, that's what I'm saying.
Philly 85.
With that said, where in history do you see us directly without some type of connection to those people running their own race?
So the example I just used, I was talking about current day, right? I was mentioning current day. We have constant examples of us destroying each other.
Where? Come on, where?
Let's say rappers, for example.
What do they rap about?
The crack that the drugs that they're voluntarily destroying their own community with. That's what I'm saying.
But where did it come? We all about the. Yeah, anybody rap about crack no more.
Well, that's why I say drugs. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, but we can say drugs because drug dealing really started with. Serious drug dealing started with crack. They had a little weed, but they wasn't nobody making no money on the little weed they were selling back in the 70s and early 80s. You know what I'm saying? But the rappers who are now famous for their lyrics or whatever are talking about the time when they sold crack. Crack came from Caucasians. I mean, I can do the 7 circles of Kevin Bacon all goddamn day. Like, I don't know.
So at what point do we say, okay, like you
I
kind of?
I hear what you're saying, but let's keep it a buck. We cannot, to a certain extent. This is their country.
I was just gonna say we have no resources.
If we want to do all our own shit, we got to get our own spot. Us black Americans are people without a land. We can't go no fucking way where it's ours. We can't go back to Africa. That ain't ours. Keep it a buck. Where you want to go?
We have no natural resources.
Where you
can't
go?
get nothing started without no natural resources.
Where you want to go?
That's not
There's
what
no
I.
place uninhabited that is habitable that we can go and start Wakanda.
And I guarantee you.
I'm just asking, like, why?
I mean, Akon got some shit, but we don't know.
even when we do start it, even when we do like try to get our own stuff going, they will find a way to sabotage it.
Oh yeah,
they didn't did that all our existence.
So what we gonna
since
say?
the 60s.
We just gonna be the beating horse forever? Like,
But we keep doing it. They keep doing. How, bro? If you keep every time I get ahead, you shoot me in the leg. I gotta let that heal. Then I gotta try to get up and run again. You shoot me in the leg again. What the fuck else can I do but try to keep trying to get up and run?
I'm sorry. What's the mindset of a group of people that if we're all humans and we're all in this shit together, but you're gonna stick crack in our community? We're all humans though. We all in this together. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the mindset of putting it in their
free
shit?
guns?
Right? Why even put in somebody's shit at all? Why not put in your own shit?
That's a good
You
question.
need money for the war? Why you can't hurt your own community?
That's what I'm saying.
You know exactly what
if we all
do.
humans and we in this together, why? Let's pick these people. Why? These people are already downtrodden. Let's give them some more shit to give them down, be even more downtrodden. Why pick on the lowest group of people? If you know they're not gonna make the best decisions. I'm saying it. If they were the poorest people,
Shit, poor white people don't make the best
exactly.
decisions.
You didn't go stick it in the poor white people shit.
It was not in trailer parks.
You gonna go see? You go? Hey, you know what? These group of people, we could give it to them.
No, because they trying to come up. They finna catch up. We can slow them down.
Because the revolution and things that black people were doing during the 60s, they didn't want to see black people doing that shit no more. Like, black people was getting with their ass. I mean, they were fighting back. But you know, black people created the whole free lunch thing. You know, as far as like the Black Panthers,
Yes,
they created the free lunch.
Yeah.
Right, so it this whole idea that black people be looking to get free shit, no, black people.
That shit was community funded.
Yeah.
Community funded for the next generation.
Okay, so
it was people going hungry so kids can eat because they know the next generation was where it was at.
Where's the 2022 equivalent of that? Of everything that y'all talking about, I'm saying, where's
Well, we
like,
still doing
look,
crack
look,
residue. Like,
That's what I'm- but you see what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
charge 80 babies.
Chico Bean said.
Born in the
the
80s.
crack babies. The crack babies is the.
Chico Bean said, I think he said what crack did. I think the question was which one hurt us worse, crack or slavery? And he said he thinks it's crack because crack did more damage in 10 years than what slavery did over 400 or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know if you can really quantify that shit.
See, I think the only reason we say that is because it's in recent memory. A lot of people alive have seen a crackhead. We seen a crackhead at some point in your life, whether it is in your family or just driving down the street. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't never been hit with no whip.
Oh yeah,
So the lasting effects of slavery are still underlying. They still there. All right. Like all of the colorism that we suffer, you know what I'm saying, inadvertently. You know what I'm saying? We make joke out of it. I mean, how many times we say you don't like skin shit? You know what I'm saying? It's a joke, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That shit came from that.
Where did it stem from?
It stemmed from the
You
house
see what
nigga,
I'm
field
saying?
nigga. Yeah.
I mean, because the slaves were brainwashed straight the fuck up, and it was brainwashed and still the smartest motherfuckers in the room. You know what I'm saying? All the shit, the luxury we have today, most black people came up with without even the ability to read or write the fucking language, right? They snatched us from all over places where we spoke different dialects, so we couldn't even really cohesively talk to each other then. Then we get here and they speak a whole different language and not even teaching us the language. We learned this shit. Even got our own dialect. Like, come on, G.
Yeah.
And then, without even knowing the language, we were inventing things. A black man invented the cotton gin. Because he got tired of working so goddamn hard. You know what I'm saying? Work smarter, not harder. The white man was like, you know what, that's a good idea. Thank you. And took that shit. You know what I'm saying? So every turn early on, right, we can all say the start is almost how you finish. You can have a great start. Our start was fucked up from the get-go, right? Like I said, y'all, they started running, and it was like, nah, it ain't time for y'all to go yet. So we suffered and do 400 years of that, right? We finally get freed. But we still a third of a man represented. We have no choices in the political powers that beat. So we did exactly what y'all saying. We went off and started our own shit. There was all black communities everywhere, fucking flourishing. You know who got mad? The poor white people, because the poor white people was the police. Those are dudes on horseback who didn't own the plantation, but they made sure we were disciplined. So when the shit really broke down, the rich white people was cool. We made our money. Right. Thank y'all. It was the people employed by these rich white people, which is more of than the upper class. Because when you get to Caucasian, when you talk about white people, it's classism, not racism. Because they will exclude their own for not having money real quick. Mm-hmm. So the poor white people, who was, like I said, the police, they were upset because they see these community of black people. Because again, we were not stupid. So we came together, and Black Wall Street in Oklahoma was not the only one. That's
what I've been trying to say.
That shit was all
It was one in Tennessee that they flooded, that they made a motherfucker late.
Since the laws was in their favor, and they can harm us, and we can't fight back because if we fought back, it was against the law. They would come to our shit, rob, pillage, grape, all that shit, tear it the fuck down. G, we talk about Black Wall Street a lot because it was bombed from planes. Who the fuck could sanction that shit other than somebody with high political power? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not denying any of what you're saying.
So I don't understand how you still arguing with the analogy I gave. Right? We did it. We almost overcame slavery. Right? We did what everybody's talking about now. We pulled ourselves up by our own fucking bootstraps, and they came and snatched the boots off us. Now we got to start over. Right? Everybody separated. Whatever. We start building up again. Right? Black people getting married, kids going to school, getting the first people into university, shit like that. Crack.
Hold on. Right before that, right before crack, black people were the most married group of people.
We had the family dynamic on pat.
Something like 70% of black people were getting married.
80%.
80%. So we slide some crack, the jobs go away. Jobs go away first, slide crack. And then so go on. You
right. So now so here come the crack. They selling drugs. Industrialism is out of there. All these factory jobs that men held, making pennies on the fucking hour to support their fucking family, and they did that shit. Right? And so now here come welfare. After the Black Panthers set up the free lunch, they was like, oh, we can get them free shit, and then put rules on that shit. So come on, you can't tell me this shit ain't nefarious in some way. Like this is not by accident that when you're on welfare you can't have a black man in the household because a black man can earn a fucking living. Right? So what women did, straight survival mode, because all the men are I ain't gonna say all of them, some of the men were, either kingpins or locked up. That's how that shit went. There really wasn't no in between. Or strung out. That's where it's at. So now they can't depend on the man, and then the ones who want to do great, we got the women on welfare. Now you can't.
We got EBT now.
Right. I don't have to depend on you. So they made black women super independent.
We got Section 8
We know
now.
that. And again, women being independent, even go back to slavery times. Like I go back and fucking forward all this, right? A lot of black women cherish their sons because they at any moment in time they could have been taken away. This shit is innate. You can't really take that out without some real fucking therapy. And black people are afraid of fucking mental health. And but women tend to stay in the house a lot longer, so you have to teach them how to be strong and take the shit that the violence and all the other shit that came with being a slave. So women were at that point already being built to be stronger mentally, right? And the men, they were babying a man because they don't know when they're gonna get snatched away. So you can see that in any fucking household where the baby boy gets away fucking murdered, but the girl is kicked out at 16.
That's a fact.
Like, come on, G, you can't tell me this shit ain't going on. I forgot where I was going with this shit. What was it?
I'm just. No, but what he was saying though too is like we had this argument last time too, where you saying, "Oh, where is this at? Where is that at?" It's a lot of it going on, and just because we gotta quit saying it, just because we don't see shit on social media, bro. We do a lot of shit. We don't put a lot of shit on social media. What we do,
bro? LeBron James alone is transforming Ohio.
Like, but just because we don't put it on social media, that don't mean it's not being done. I don't sit up there and I don't go just by what's on social media because a lot of that shit is a facade anyway. So just because we don't see it on social media, that don't mean a lot of people are not out here just building on their own and they want to keep the shit off the radar so the white folks don't know about the shit.
And then when we do put it on social media, you go, why you got to do it on social media? Why you just can't do it?
That's a fact.
I don't
want to see all that shit. Bro, do what you do. Create what you're going to create. You do not have to show everybody your thing. Because once we do get some money and we start doing that, we're not putting shit on the social media because that's how they come and they try to tear your shit down and they got to start bombing your shit again. This time they gonna just throw a motherfucking something. Man,
you ain't gotta put on something for them to bomb it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you don't have to.
We tear down motherfuckers doing good. Let's keep it apart.
That's what I'm saying. So let them just build and generate.
They be like, oh, why you gotta have your camera out when you get this homeless man $1?
I am for that. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
It's weird.
That to me is weird. Like, why, dude? I done gave plenty of homeless people dollars.
Yeah.
I don't have to take a picture with the dude.
Hell no, you don't have to take a picture of nothing you do for nobody.
Right.
And I done told you that plenty of times.
But he just said he don't see it.
But that's why I'm telling him.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like okay, all of the stuff that you just mentioned, everything you just said, we have visual evidence of it happening, right? I'm a visual learner,
Yeah.
right? Like even with the people that's taking a picture of themselves, giving a homeless person $1, like at least I see something, right? Because words are cheap, right? You could have, for all I know, you took a picture with that homeless person. Then once the camera went away, you took it back.
Don't
You know
even
what I'm saying?
doubt the video evidence.
That's what I'm saying. I'm taking the stuff with a grain of salt when it comes to seeing stuff on social media in particular.
That's why people
But what
don't,
I'm
though.
saying is we do have enough unction to create and own stuff that's not catering to all of the examples that he was just saying, right? Like how many beauty salons do we have? We got entrepreneurial.
21 Savage. Every year before school has one of the biggest goddamn school drive down in Atlanta.
And don't nobody talk about shit.
21, it just not got on the news when I seen it. He had been doing it 8 years when I first seen it. Moving in fucking silence, helping the community. You can't tell me we not.
How many?
But
But
then
I think it's conflated.
Where are you
I
looking?
don't
How
really
about that?
trust.
Where are you
On
looking?
social media.
Where are you
I don't
looking?
really- I don't
Are
really
you in
trust
soup kitchens
rappers.
to see who doing what?
So
I
who
don't
do you
really trust
expect to
rappers
put out
talking
the
about that.
information? Media, because the media is not gonna. They're gonna cherry pick the information that they want you. They want you to see that you're killing each other.
21 Savage giving kids book bags does not bring viewers. 21 Savage being British.
Yeah.
And about to get deported brings news.
Look at okay. I think when it comes to something like what 21 Savage has done, I think I said this before. Okay, cool. You have a gigantic school book drive or whatever. But what are your actions outside of that? Like what are you talking about? What is your influence?
His like rap lyrics.
Like because that's what I'm saying. Like, and this is not necessarily towards 21 Savage,
Right.
But I'm saying in particular, okay, you do a school book drive, but then your what you've done to the community has caused that child's father to be a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get what you're saying.
so
They
so
trying to
like
right his wrongs,
the influence. No, because the book drive, the school drive, or whatever that you do, that affects the community.
It's like the
but
drug
the
dealer
music,
giving back
Bumpy
the turkey.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
you know what I'm saying? But
I'm gonna give all y'all crack all year, but here go these turkeys.
right, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Like we have entrepreneurial, and we're aspirations. We have entrepreneurial aspirations, but we're not put a lot of people. Most people, I'll even say most people. I ain't gonna say everybody. Most people aren't putting it towards building a community, right?
Okay, I got one for you because I want to stop because I've been wanting to say this all while you've been talking. Your man, Anton Daniels.
Yes.
He don't put everything out there, but you see him building the
Yes, he
community.
does.
Too. So he got everything on social media just flat out.
Yes, he's been doing it for 10 years. He has everything on his.
I thought you were talking about this part of the Patreon group.
He gives specific like. He
I
gives
thought the
specific-
game that he's giving you, helping him build a business, teaching how to build a business, does he got that in the forefront on his social media?
a whole lot of it. Yes, it's on YouTube for anybody to see.
Well, then that's one black person that's doing what you said.
That's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say, where are you looking? That's the question. If you don't see it, where are you looking?
Anton Daniels doing it. There we go. We gotta start somewhere.
But no, that's what I'm saying because I named like a bunch of them too. Like the dude Derek Grace we always talking about.
Yeah.
Derek Grace is sitting up here buying a whole cul-de-sac for his family.
Right.
He's buying the whole thing. Trapper Wall Street. They do shit all the time just because you don't put. And that's why I don't go by what people put on social media in the first place. It's a lot of black people out here doing good. But you know the minute you start acting like you getting some money via Kanye West, via motherfucking Kyrie Irving, what happens? When you start speaking the truth like everybody think you're speaking, what happens? They vilify you. They take all your shit down. They take everything you got because you start opening your fucking mouth. When you just should be the fuck quiet, keep it in your fucking group, and keep building and building and building until you build the empire to where they can't tear you down.
That's what Anton Daniels is doing.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what
Now,
you gotta do.
and that's what I'm saying. Like again, like I'm not arguing anything that's been said. I'm saying, let's instead of the people that we currently champion, as far as like if we say who are some people that like some notable people in the black community, we need to champion Trapper Wall Street.
We do.
We need to champion.
I don't
like,
trap them all the time.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm talking
But I'm saying
about,
that's all I know.
Like,
I understand you saying
it's
everybody.
a widespread.
But like, yeah, but most people only do celebrities and basketball players and athletes and stuff like that. When us in our group, and I understand we only just a little minority or just this little group that we got.
Yeah.
We the only ones that kind of like, we talk about real people. We don't even really talk about athletes and shit like that because we don't look at them like that. I'm not looking there for them to help and come. So I'm not looking for nobody to come save me, but I'm not looking for no people like them to come save the black community. I'm looking at the people that's in the community, the people that's walking the streets, the people that's actually in front of news cameras, the people that's actually on the front lines and stuff like that, that's not on TV, that's actually doing the fucking work instead of doing shit for like a co-op or a press release or something like that, only when they trying to get their name out there and shit like that. Like Anton Daniel, I don't follow him, but you do, and I know you do good work because of all the shit that you come say, but he's not always in front of no news camera. He's on social media doing it, but he's not in front of no news or no shit like that, though. Trapper Wall Street, them, huh?
Who is? I don't know, and that's a legit question. I don't know. Like,
I don't really know nobody neither. I only know the people that I follow and that the people that I got from word of mouth, the people like that. Yeah, and I don't look for everybody else to do that. I look for the people like that, like to make groups like that, to teach people how to do this. We're going to buy some land and do this, and not telling everybody your business. Because you shouldn't be telling everybody your business, because that's how we get fucked up and all that shit. That's how shit like that, like Will was just talking, that's how all that shit happened, because everybody run their fucking mouth. When you just keep your motherfucking head down and keep building and building and building till nobody can't take shit from you. Like motherfucker Tyler Perry. Like, I know you probably don't like him, but that's the fuck he did. He built this empire to where you can't tell him shit. He has his own fucking studios. Guess what Black Panther was filmed at? Tyler Perry Studios in Georgia.
Some parts of it, yeah.
Most of all of it was filmed there.
Yeah, they said that in the credits, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So most of that was built there. And that's how we know, that's what Tyler Perry did. Tyler Perry did that on his own, bought a military base and did all that shit secretly, building his own table so he didn't have to fuck with nobody else.
No, that was public. What he was building was public information, though.
But I understand, because you can go there, but wasn't nobody really talking about like he was building it until he got through with it, until he had his first grand opening or whatever like that. But that's what I'm talking about. You don't have to talk about everything everybody's doing it. Just go get the shit done.
Let me ask you this, like, because with something like that and Tyler Perry doing what he did, I look at it kind of as twofold.
Me too. I was waiting for him to get done. Go ahead. You about to say what I had to say?
I'm thinking it as like when we do something like that. Oh well, he's a celebrity, so when celebrities do something like that, he didn't get the media attention. Was it because they don't want other celebrities to get that idea? You see what I'm saying? Not that he did it all covertly. You know what I mean? If this is a military base, there can't been nothing too covert about it.
Right.
So we're not going to give him this media shine because we don't want anybody to think they could do that.
Oh, we don't want too many of those.
Yeah, too many of y'all going out here and making these your own little Hollywoods. You see what I mean? Your nigga woods. Right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, is that the reason why maybe? But then also, see, I always look at things from the grassroots level, the smaller guy, because there's been plenty of people within like our communities, right? They've been trying to start up things, and they do it covertly. Like only way you'll know about them is unless you was in the neighborhood.
Unless you was right next to them.
Yeah, unless you was right next to them. They be giving out computers and X, Y, and Z, and guess what? Those people end up dead.
That's a fact. That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So even with Tyler Perry doing all this grandiose shit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm proud of you. You're doing your thing. But at a certain point, you got to pay the piper. And somebody going to come knocking on this goddamn door, too. No disrespect.
I want to go there, but we got to get up out. We're going to get to that next week, though. We're going to get to it.
Yeah, because I got smoke for Tyler Perry. I got smoke for Tyler Perry.
And I get your gripe with him of some of the things you don't really like. But like I always say, for a black man to do what he's doing and employing all those black people, I really ain't got too much to say about my man, because the way he's employing black people, the way what he's doing and all the stuff that he's doing.
They'll let you do whatever when you're pushing an agenda. Once you become not useful, they'll Kanye West you. You know what I mean? So, that's my piece on today's episode.
Let's close it out right there. Hey, Ma, you got a message for us today, man?
Oh yeah, I want to go because I didn't have one, but then we started talking about it. Accountability, we need to it's a motherfucking kryptonite thing to a lot of people, man. You need to start holding yourself accountable. Like Will said, when you start holding yourself accountable to a lot of things, you're gonna start seeing a lot of growth. When you're gonna start challenging yourself, like that was wrong. Start saying sorry to people. Start like holding yourself accountable to how your life is going. Why you ain't really making no money? Why this study going wrong? Why that study going wrong? When you start holding yourself accountable to those things, shit start changing. That's all I got on that.
Go check out the No Absolutes podcast. It is officially the No Absolutes podcast.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to let some episodes build up before I go ahead and binge. But go check them out, man. It's a lot of good conversation, a lot of fun conversation happening out there. This has been another rendition of the KNoWKi podcast. Wear your crown, build your legacy, Kings. It's your man, Spaces.
It's Jay every day.
Hey, man, it's your boy, Mal. You adjourned, goddammit.
That was fire, fellas.